Good morning. Good morning. It's 2:40 a.m. I'm on my way to my favorite destination spot, to the gym, and I'm thankful. I'm reading this book called Soul Survivor, and it's this gentleman talking about how the how the universe works and how spiritual realms work and how we have different faces of faith within inside of us and different voices. And he says how the one voice always has a need to keep talking, to keep trying to validate something, to stay relevant. That voice comes to, and it just dawned on me right now, that voice keeps talking to you because it's trying to bond with you. And there's two voices. The one voice speaks really loud, and then the other voice speaks really low. And this is my own assessment. This is totally off the book of the Soul Survivor. But I would say the voice that speaks really loud is constantly trying to point something out, constantly trying to remind you of a past failure, something that's constantly trying to remind you of what might happen, constantly driving fear through the heart of your heart. And then the low voices, well, that's the voice of God. And it's low and it's subtle and it's not overbearing because it doesn't want to interfere with your right and your right to have free will. So I'm listening to this, reading this book, Soul Survivor, and it's talking about the voice and how it's talking to you. And I must have been hit with about 20 different things this morning, ranging from the IRS to utility bills to getting a client's home sold. I went through a full range of different worries in the span of a couple minutes, and I had to tell it shut up because I recognized that the voice wasn't there to support me. The voice was there to drive fear through my heart. Some people are not going to understand what that means because they live in a fearful world. They live in a world full of scarcity. Do you know what scarcity is? That's when you feel like there's only enough for you. You can't share. You can't give it away. You can't be generous. It's only enough for you. That's a scarcity mindset. Somebody who believes there's never enough. And that will hurt you. And the scarcity mindset is a part of the loud voice. You are so scared to move left or right because that voice talks to you and it says you cannot do it. How dare you? How dare you try? Don't you know who your mother and your father are? Let me remind you where you came from. Let me remind you that nobody you know has attempted or has successfully accomplished what you're doing. Don't you know that you've given up on everything that you've ever tried? You can't do this. That voice will have you believe in all those lies. Sometimes you just gotta tell it, shut the fuck up. And you know what's weird is it actually will stop talking. It will stop talking. If you understand what blessing is over your life, and that the uniqueness of who you are gives you a special, specific purpose, what can undo that? I mean, legitimately, what can undo a one of a kind? Hell, these people go through far and great lengths to save a rhino. People will go through lengths to save the last of its kind. You know, when I started becoming great, when I started recognizing that there was a value in me that did not exist in somebody else, and that all I needed was an opportunity. One opportunity. I tell my clients this all the time. When they say, we don't have any showings, there's nobody coming to see our house, how are we going to sell our house? I say, because I don't need 7 people to see it. I need one. I need one offer. That's it. I went under contract yesterday with a house, a big home. Just had that conversation with my client. We're not getting a lot of people in here. I only need one. What happens if I get 20 people in there and none of them write the offer on the house? I need one. I don't need anyone. I need that one. I need just that one. And when you recognize the uniqueness inside of yourself and you say, I'm going to build on this. Like for me, I'm not talented at anything. I've always had to try hard. You're not going to walk in my house and you're not going to see a bunch of first place awards. But you're going to see success. You might walk into somebody who has a bunch of first place awards all around their house, and you might see failure. What I'm trying to say simply is, when you expound on what it is that you excel at, what it is that you're great at, and you tell that voice to shut up, then all you need is one opportunity for your light to shine. And everything you have went through up until that point would have been worth it. Or you can be the victim. Or you can be the victim. It's up to you. It's really up to you. But I know that I possess something really unique. And what I possess is it's not gonna I don't have mind-blowing breakaway speed. I don't have slam dunking ability, but what I have is the gift of knowing what people want, how to deliver. I'll leave you with this. If you can tell the voice, the loud voice, to stop, start listening to the little voice and start expounding on your gifts and your blessings and what you're good at, instead of trying to follow what other people are good at, because you can't do what other people do great. That's not what you're here for. If you can manage those rules, then you can manage to start seeing a shift in your life. See, today I don't plan on doing what other people do. I plan on doing what I do great. And if you can do what you do great, then just like they're willing to invest into that one white rhino that is existing, you now become that one white rhino, and people want to invest in you. But that's only when you develop your uniqueness and let it shine to the rest of the world. Because everybody can go buy the same thing. But only the people that matter want something that's unique.